Hello and happy Sunday afternoon. So, yes, I am back. I am back in the US after nearly 3 weeks of time away in South Africa, which was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm delighted to be home, safe and sound. So good to be back with family, my kitties, and just adjusting back into the rhythms of being home and work and all the things, but it's all good. It's all good. So, something I thought that I might want to talk a little bit about today is something I was practicing while I was there on this adventure of a trip, and that was staying present in the moment. Now, we think that perhaps that's going to be an easier thing to do when we're on a vacation and it's something that's pleasurable, but I found so many times that I'd be out in the middle of beautiful spaces and there was so much to be paying attention to, smells, sights, sounds, and I would be away in my thoughts. And I don't even know how many times I would catch myself and say, hey, 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 be here, be now. Be here, be now. Let this in. This is once in a lifetime, right? So, really focusing on this moment. So when I talk about mindfulness, which we've brought up before, right? I have brought up that it's about being in this moment, being compassionate, being curious, and being all right with just what is. Have a curiosity and objectivity and a real compassion around whatever it is, particularly if it's something that's challenging. But I have some other attitudes I'd like to bring up. What about having courage, commitment, and also a bit of a feeling of real contentment? I don't know if contentment is the right word, but I was trying to think of something with C, but it was something of just really being in the moment of quality of the moment, of that it is what it is and it has the opportunity to be something that we choose, so that it can be something of benefit, it can be something of growth, it can be a moment of balance. So rather than approaching mindfulness with just a neutral attitude, we have curiosity, we have compassion. So commitment. It takes practice to take ourselves into the space of noticing when we get carried away by thoughts, where we are analyzing, judging, planning, or we're lost in the past, or we're so far in the future that we're not even here in the moment, enjoying what is, or being present for the potential of this moment. So our life is going on around us, and we're not even a part of it in that space. We're somewhere up here. So having a commitment to really that attitude of coming back and being aware of where is my body, what am I doing here and now. Courage, that when things show up, that particularly when we are being mindful, emotions, physical sensations, thoughts that aren't necessarily what we want, right? Especially if they're uncomfortable, having the courage to be with them anyway and allowing them to then teach us and to move through us. So the commitment to be here, the courage to be with what is, and then we'll use, I love the word of gratitude, yes, but I think it's a little bit more than that. It's more about really having a sense of gratitude and of awareness of what is really of quality in this moment. We in America have a lot to be grateful for. And whenever I go outside of the country and come back, I am so aware of how privileged overall our population is. Not everyone and not in every way, but overall we have a lot here in this country to be very much aware of the good and that we are blessed to have. But again, we don't tend to pay attention to it, do we? We tend to just take it for granted or to assume that it will be there until it's not. So how can we bring a greater sense of richness moment to moment? It's by noticing it and putting it in the perspective of how wonderful it is to have it here and the now. So a couple of things we can do. We can have these words in our minds of curiosity, commitment, courage, gratitude. We can also assume a body posture, whether we are sitting, whether we're standing or whether we're walking, where we actually sit up a little bit taller or stand a little taller. We open up our chest, we open up our lungs, and we come into a place of real awareness of our body, our breath, our heart, letting it in, feeling very connected to our feet and to the body in the moment. So it helps us to really ground in the physical presence of this moment, but with an open heart and feeling connected between the earth and the sky. We are a conduit of energy in this moment. So, if you will, how about trying this on this week, where you take the time to be in the moment, be here, be now, be here, be now, open, commit to practicing, be courageous with what shows up, and be grateful for the lessons of that moment, whatever they may be. So, I personally am delighted to come back feeling a little wiser, a little more grounded, most certainly energized. And I very much look forward to coming to you next week. Try some of this stuff on. See how it feels for you. With that, from my heart to yours, namaste.